Insert the longitudinal beam wire harness protection plug into the front cross beam is letter F. The right longitudinal beam is letter R. The rear cross beam is letter R. And the left longitudinal beam is letter L. M1 and M4 are the right folding fixture. M2 and M3 are the left folding fixture. Install the folding fasteners to the longitudinal and cross beams. Distinguish the position of the folding fixture in the tail. At the folding fixture, install M414 hexagonal socket head bolt. Apply thread locking compound to the bolts. Use a power tool equipped with a 4 mm hex Allen bit. Set the torque of the power tool to 5 Nm. Fix the bolt above the folding fixture, a total of 10. Install the bolts on all the folding fixtures above. Turn the side with all installation screws over. Install the side where the screw is not fixed. Check if the installation screws are tight. Break the strut fixing seat apart by hand. Slide it into the tripod. Install the strut fixing seat. Note that the small angle part should be up. Install the strut to the strut fixing seat. Install the fixing screw and fixing nut. Add thread glue to the bolt. Install the tripod installation base. The installation positions need to be distinguished. Adjacent tripod mounts, opposite positions, while the opposite ones are the same. Install the footrest strut fixing bolt. Apply thread locking compound. Align the holes and tighten the bolts. Align the nut to the hole of the mounting base. Install the fixed bolts of the tripod mounting seat in turn. Assemble the frame part. Secure the landing gear to the longitudinal beam using M4x15 hex socket head bolts. Invert the rack and install the footrest mounting bolt. Fix the bolts of each tripod mounting seat. Align the socket of the front module mounting bracket with the interface on the front transverse beam. Secure the module from above using 8 screws. Install M4x12 screws. Follow a diagonal installation sequence. Inverted drone, install 8 fixed screws at the bottom of the module bracket. Distinguish the installation direction of the main module. Install 6 fixed screws for the main control module. Torque the module screws to 3 Nm. Install 4 fixing screws. Torque the module screws to 3 Nm. Note: ensure correct installation positions for the main and auxiliary antennas. Install 2 fixing screws. Connect the main and auxiliary antenna feed lines. Align the slot with the hole. Install 4 securing screws in each drone arm mounting slot. Adjust the power tool torque to 5 Nm. Install the fixed screws at the bottom of the slot. Tighten the screws. Install the fastening screws for each arm mounting slot. Align the mounting holes at both ends of the bracket with the slots on the drone arm. Install the fixed screws on both sides of the base. Pay attention to the installation position of the weighing sensor. Install diagonally the single weighing sensor has for screws. Check the installation position. Align the guide rail and the longitudinal beam holes. Install the bottom fixing screws of the battery guide rail. Tighten the securing screws on both battery rails. Align the mounting holes, install the fixing screws. Install the lower screws diagonally. Secure the rear bracket to the fixed mounting slots using 4M412 hex socket head screws. Install the magnetic sensing pressure plate onto the front and rear boom wiring harnesses. Thread the nozzle, solenoid valve, power harness, and communication harness through the arm's carbon tube. Secure the magnetic sensing pressure plate to the arm carbon tube. Install 3x8 hex socket bolt. Install the arm carbon tube to the folding locking mechanism. Note the mounting positions of the carbon tubes. The CCW carbon tubes are paired with the right front and left rear folding locking mechanisms. Route the front and rear arm wiring harnesses through the folding locking mechanism. Secure the arm carbon tube. Install the arm folding shaft. Align the holes properly. Install the fixing nut of the rotor arm shaft. CW carbon tubes are installed at the left front and right rear folding, fixed key positions of the aircraft. Install the arm folding pivot. Tighten the folding pivot nut with a 10 mm wrench. Insert the carbon tube of the machine arm into the groove. Install the folding buckle assembly at the folding fixed key position. Install the shoulder bolt and locking nut. Install locking hinge. Add thread locker to the screw. Install heat shrink tubing on the 3-phase wires of the ESC. Connect the 3-phase lines of the electronic speed controller with the 3-phase lines of the motor. The joint should be tightened and must not be loosened. Slip the heat shrink tube over the connection interface of the 3-phase line. Use a heat gun to heat the heat shrink tube. The spacing of heat shrink tubes after heating should not be too close. Pay attention to the mounting hole position of the motor mounting bracket. Installing motor mounting screws requires adding thread locker. Motor, electronic speed controller, motor mount, installation completed. Measure the position of the nozzle mounting bracket on the carbon tube and control the spacing length to 26 centimeters. Install the nozzle bracket into the carbon tubes of the right rear and left rear arms. Install the spray head bracket. Install the fixing screws. Install the powertrain according to the markings on the folding fixed key. CW powertrain rotates clockwise. Install the powertrain into the carbon tube of the machine arm. Pay attention to the installation direction of the navigation lights towards the fuselage side. Install the motor mount positioning liner. Thread lock adhesive should be added when installing the fixing screws for the motor mount lining. Install the power ESC mount. Pay attention to the installation of the positioning bracket. Install to the carbon tube hole position. Install 4 fixing screws. Check that the motor installation angle is controlled within 5. Install the 3 fixing screws of the motor base. Note that the screws need to be added with thread locker. Check the tightness by manually tightening. Mount the FPV on the installation bracket. Mount the FPV on top of the pole. Install to black screws. Install the nut to the screw fixing point. The radar and mounting bracket are fixed with four screws. Install the radar at the connection of the support rod. Install the nut and secure it. Connect the radar to the harness. Install the radar on the lower part of the forward module bracket. Use screws to secure the downward radar. Install the nut and secure it. Install the left and right spray adapter. Pay attention to the installation position. Distinguish signal line M4 from signal line M3. Install the left longitudinal beam signal wire and pay attention to distinguish the position of the wire end. Install the signal line of the right longitudinal beam and pay attention to distinguish the position of the wire end. Install the front arm power line before installation and pay attention to the position of the wire head. Install the power line for the front motor arm on the right side and pay attention to the installation position of the wire end. There are corresponding mounting hole position markings on both sides above the main control module. Connect the wire ends from the main control module. Insert each connection wire end into the main control module port according to the numbering. Install the right port wiring harness. When installing the weighing sensor, distinguish the 4 wiring harness positions. YQ, right front, YH, right rear, SQ, left front, CH, left rear. Insert the wiring harnesses sequentially into the corresponding weighing sensors. Secure the clamp above the weighing sensor at the longitudinal beam. Add a washer when installing the clamp fixing screws. Connect the main control cooling fan with the FPV port wiring harness. Secure the machine arm power line connections with appropriate wrapping. Wrap the wiring harness with anti-wear tape. Secure the power line ends into the body longitudinal beam. Fix the headlight assembly in the slot of the lower cover body. Secure the position light with the position light clamping plate. Install 2 Phillips screws to secure. Install the front light bracket assembly to the bottom of the module bracket. Install the spray wiring harness into the right side hole of the lower cover body. Connect the spray transfer line to the spray wiring harness. Connect the position light wiring harness to the main control port. Align the lower cover body with the holes and install screws to secure. Install 4 fastening screws for the lower cover body. Install the damper balls into the left and right connector housings. The positive pole L is installed on the left side of the body. The The negative polar is installed on the right side of the body. Install the tail plug wiring harness with copper staking plates. Adjust the wiring harness installation angle. Install 4 fastening screws for the battery terminal connector. Install the negative tail plug in the same manner as the positive terminal. Install the negative wiring harnesses sequentially. Connect the negative signal wiring harness to the tail plug port. Install securing screws for the negative terminal. Secure the wiring harness with zip ties. Connect the wiring harness ends to the corresponding ports. Neaten the wire harness and secure it with zip ties. Install the rear cover body to the frame. Install the FPV wiring harness with zip ties to the landing gear and support struts. Secure the 360 radar harness with zip ties to the legs and support poles. Install the flow meter on the outlet pipe section. Install the water pump outlet pipe section. Install 4 shock absorbers on the water tank body. Installing flow meter mounting screws requires adding a washer. Install the flow meter section to the main body of the water tank. Install the water pump on the tank body. Tighten the pump mounting nut. Install the pump discharge pipe. The flow meter is installed facing upwards at the tank position. Distinguish the connection wire heads of the water pump flow meter. Standing at the rear of the aircraft, distinguish between the left pump and the right pump. R stands for right, L stands for left. The pump bottom harness is fixed at the pump. The wire harness is fixed on the water tank bracket. spray transfer lines and spray bus connections. Wrap the three-phase wires of the motor and ESC with 9523 polyester tape. Wrap the power and communication harness connections with 9523 polyester tape. Wrap the power and signal wires together. Wrap the front and rear arm harnesses of M1 and M2 with waterproof material and insert them into the inside of the carbon tube of the fuselage. Tie the power signal line and the three-phase line tightly to the motor mounting seat with a zip tie. Install the motor base housing to the motor mounting bracket and secure with 4 screws. Select the blade through the model identification at the folding arm fixing piece. Install the propeller assembly without blocking the propeller rotation direction and install 4 fixing screws. Install a T-fitting on the outlet pipe of the water tank floater, paying attention to the installation direction. Connect the water pipe and nozzle power signal line with polyester tape. Tie the water pipe and spray power signal line to the carbon tube part of the machine arm with a zip tie. The pipes and signal lines are fixed at the bottom rear of the carbon tube on the machine arm. Thread the motor arm harness through the mounting bracket. Install the nozzle mounting bracket on the motor mount. Install the solenoid valve. Connect the harness to the solenoid valve port. Fix the solenoid valve to the nozzle mounting bracket and install 4 fixing screws. Connect the water pipe to the inlet of the solenoid valve. Connect the nozzle to the spray line bundle. Secure the nozzle with four screws. Connect the solenoid valve outlet pipe to the nozzle inlet.